So we'll go ahead and call our meeting to order. We have all the commissioners here, so we do have a quorum established. I've asked Mr. Jerry Smith if he would to lead us in a word of prayer.
Good morning. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for allowing us to come to the County Commission meeting for another time. And please provide us with guidance, and hopefully we can make the best decision and use our resources best way we can. Please watch over our country, our state, our county, and our citizens, and provide them with good health and provide them with wealth so that they can take care of them.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to say good morning to everyone and appreciate everyone being here this morning. We will have a fairly lengthy commission meeting this morning, but we'll go ahead and get into our general fund expenditures and payroll paid for August of 2025. This is kind of new that we have on the agenda this morning. But for our government expenditures, we spent $126,314.96. On our public safety, we spent $90,897.79. And on our education, we spent, and this was for the extension office, I think, I was told, $760.67 for a total of $217,973.42. Before we get too far,
That's just in August.
that's just in August. We have our meeting minutes from September the 8th, 2025, and has everyone had a chance to look over the meeting minutes from last meeting?
Sure, I'll make a motion to approve them.
All right, do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next on our agenda here, we're going to a report from our staff and elected officials. We'll start with Mr. Marty Gottwald, the sheriff.
Good morning.
Morning.
Pretty much routine business the past couple of weeks. Although we did have 87 inmates for breakfast this morning, which is pretty large increase. And then having said that, we shipped 4 to Kilby Prison this morning. The guys are down there right now. They just dropped them off. So things seem to be going pretty well. With having the 87 inmates, we have 20 females there. I'm above capacity on that. I've met with pardons and paroles this morning. We're not going to take any more. We're just simply at capacity. So until we get a few things worked out, and there's some bond issues going on, hopefully we can get those numbers down a little bit. Like I say, they're literally on the floor. So I'm going to have to change up a little bit on that. Good news to report. I need to publicly praise Ms. Perkins and Mike Wisdom. The first phase of our radio system was stood up yesterday. We actually can talk from Milford now down the south end. So that's
great. Yeah.
Tremendous. I just really appreciate their hard
Round of
work.
applause, yeah.
And other than that, routine repairs, working on projects at the jail. I hate to say it and jinx myself, but things are going well.
Yeah.
And
That's
I
great.
appreciate the 911 board and, of course, the county commission for their help on the radios. I think we really have turned a corner on that. The end is in sight. So.
We get better and better.
Yep.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Mr. Marty and Miss Crystal, and of course Mike Wisdom getting all that took care of. We
all part of that project.
appreciate that. Okay, Mr. Dillon, county engineer. No, we'll do the bids later. I just gonna see if you had an update on your department.
I don't have much. We started doing a little bit of cutting today. We're down on 75. Jeff's district. We're still waiting on the track pads. Probably gonna have to change kinds. The kind that we had originally ordered has been on back order, and we're gonna change to a little bit different track pad. So they're going to try to get those pretty soon. I don't know if I mentioned, I guess all y'all are aware, we finished Fernbank Road. That job is completed. Doing a little bit on Wednesday evening, doing a test strip and some stuff to try to mitigate some of the cracking in the wearing layer. Talked to Luke Porter. They're supposed to move into Fellowship Road possibly this week. I know I've been saying that for a month or two. They've been putting us off, and Central's looking at moving in the next week or two as well. I think that's about all I've got right now, I think. I don't think anything else right off the bat. So, glad to be back.
Yeah, glad to have you.
Appreciate you. Yeah, I hope your bridge school went good then.
Went real good.
Yeah.
Other than staying in Montgomery for 2 weeks.
Did Luke, somebody turned the sides up on the road, getting ready. Did they do that, or did y'all do that?
Yeah,
They did.
They did.
Okay. Good deal.
I believe.
And the Fernbank, just, I mean, for informational purposes, those might be interested. I mean, we do realize there was some surface cracking, and we are trying to mitigate that best we can. We never have really determined exactly what the culprit is, just at the fact, but we don't think they're going to be detrimental to the road. So just for the traveling public that goes through there, just questioned about it, I thought I'd inform them.
Appreciate it, Dylan. Ms. Crystal, would you like to add anything to what Mr. Marty did on the? All right. Ms. Audrey, the county attorney, you have anything? All right. Mr. Jerry Smith from the county extension office.
Good morning.
Good morning.
First of all, I would like to say, Mr. David Gunnels, thank you for participating in our forestry logging workshop. We had 28 individuals to sign up and participate. Pickens County, Fayette, Lamar, Marion County, and Walker County. So it was a long day, but I appreciate you coming, sharing your thoughts with the log. We just recently completed a survey with Extension. Every county was asked to participate. Our goal was 20. If we could get 20 people to participate in the survey, and it was done online, Lamar County had 47, so we exceeded the expectations to people to share their thoughts of where we are in Extension and where we need to be going. So, citizens of Lamar County, I appreciate it. But thank you very much.
Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Did they finish up on the roof over there, Jerry? They get the roof finished there?
They all
Good.
begun.
Right. Anybody else? We'll move right on into our new business. First on the agenda here is a request to cash out 96 hours of annual leave to Ronnie RHUDY for a total of $1,520.97, including FICA. Do we have a motion to approve that payout?
I'll make a motion to approve that, and the reason, normally that's not done on annual leave, I understand, but he's been the only employee there for the past, probably for the last year before I took over, and the first 4 or 5 months that I was in there, and I finally got a part-time to go with him, and he hadn't been able to take any of this time, so I think it's good, and I do make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Number 2 is a safety coordinator resolution. Has everybody had a chance to look over that resolution? No.
It's temporarily naming Larissa, what they had talked about on the work session.
To take Mike's place as far as
Just
safety.
Temporarily
Temporary.
until a director or we decide what we're going to do with the EMA position.
She knows that.
She was in here.
All right. We'll have a, do you want me to read it out?
No, you ain't got to read it. Like I said, it's just a motion to put somebody temporarily into the place of safety coordinator for CRS until we either hire an EMA director or decide what we're going to do with that position. So Larissa agreed to do it. So I nominate the resolution. I make a motion to support the resolution to nominate her and put her in that position.
We have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Don't require the rest of it, does it? No, just administrative.
Okay. The next one, number 3, is a long-term detention subsidy contract for the juvenile court. And this is a yearly thing. This is, Ms. Hannah Shackford brought this over. It's just, it says, please find and close long-term. Right here it is. Y'all got a copy of that? It's the same terms as we had. It's used in Tennessee Valley Juvenile Detention Center.
You're the one that gave that to me.
Yeah. It is for a consideration of mutual covenants herein contained, and here are other good and valuable consideration of parties here too. It's just using Tennessee Valley Juvenile Detention Center for Judge West.
Is the same rates, do you know?
It is.
Same rates. I motion we extend or renew that contract with Tennessee Valley.
All right.
A second.
All in favor?
You did. You didn't have one either?
Yeah, I got
Okay, next, number 4 is a quote for FAYETTE drain and sewer for the jail sprinkler repair. And that quote here is $8,000 total.
That deals with the actual main coming in from our outside water source there. A central riser that cuts off all the water there. And it's never been used in years and years and years, and that valve is basically
Hadn't been.
turn the water off. Right. Still part of the ongoing stuff that we're doing to getting things on.
They're replacing the valve, and
Yeah, got to dig it up. The orange main.
I was wondering when it was FAYETTE too. I didn't think they did the actual sprinkler work. So this is just to get the water to the.
That's the riser on the outside. When you come in the backside of the jail by the kitchen, it's that big red hydrant up there.
Right.
That's
You know, you're talking about valve not being cut off and on. We need to figure something, put something in place to test those valves back. I know the gas company does them annually. They go around, and that's part of theirs. They go and turn the valves off and on just to make sure they're operable. We probably need to do that because I'm sure we're not going to use it a whole lot either. So it needs to be.
No.
But, oh yeah, it's nothing to do with what you was talking about on that. We know we need to get it fixed. I motion we allow that to go forward because we got to get that fixed.
I don't know where we're at in this budget year, fiscal year, so the funds are there for the term this year.
Yeah.
Do we have a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Do you need to sign this, or do I sign it?
I'll go ahead and call them, tell them to schedule it for us.
Yes, sir.
So just after this, what's the next step? And
Well, we have on the other side, we have another bid that's out there now with Global to come in. There's 5 items on that work order in this one. That's been really some other minor issues, to my knowledge.
good deal. All right. Well, I know that was a big item, ticket item for CRS for us not having that. So,
They stay in contact with me regularly.
yeah. I know they're going to crack down on it, so I just want to make sure we are doing what we need to do.
Yes, sir.
Number 5 on the agenda is a cost of living adjustment raise across the board for each employee for $1 per hour. We have a motion to approve that COLA raise.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Right. Number 6 is the approval of the 2025-2026 appraisal budget, which is Revenue Commissioner's main appraisal budget. Has everyone had a chance to look over that and approve those expenditures? Approve that budget.
The administrator, I guess,
Yeah.
got with the revenue officer. And so if she's agreeable to it, I'll make the motion to approve that budget.
All right. Second,
You got a second?
Second.
all in favor? All right. Number 7 is approval of the 2025 and 26 county budgets, mainly the general fund. And everyone, I'm sure, has had a chance to look over that and discuss it.
It'll be the general fund, all the road budgets, the district budgets, it's all
With the
funds.
exception of 120.
Yeah, so it is quite a few
Big.
budgets. Just a big one, yeah.
It's a big one, Elizabeth.
We appreciate Suzanne for
Yeah.
all your hard work to get that done.
Yeah, we've, go ahead.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Yeah, Miss Suzanne has worked a lot.
We spent basically the last month and a half really trying to nail down numbers and do some figuring. We appreciate her and her staff, getting all the information that we needed together to make good decisions, and we do want her to know that. She's,
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Number 8 is awarding our annual bids. I'm gonna let Mr. Dillon, if he will, go over those.
All right. I think I've got the full list right here. A lot of them stayed the same. I think just nearly all of them stayed the same, but cold mix, ended up, advanced asphalt products ended up getting that again. All our hot mix laid in place with the SD bun. The plant mix picked up also with the SD bun. I think they were the only ones that actually bid on that. The liquid asphalt went to a few different people. The emulsified asphalt went to Vulcan. Prime coat went to Hunt. And it's a different kind of emulsified asphalt went to Ergon. We added the triple layer surface treatment so we could do that in spots. That went to Central Alabama. We also added surface treatments. I think I added a G and a J treatment, which is just a different size stone. SD Bun got that. Crushed limestone all went to Vulcan, and then the sandstone went to Bun Brothers in Hamilton. Again, which I said it's been the same way. One thing that about the only bid that got split was the striping. A lot of the painted stripe ended up going to Central, and then Ozark got all the thermoplastic and everything else. Guardrail went to Alabama Guardrail. Our signs went to Vulcan Incorporated again. Our pipes all went to J&G again. Fuel ended up going to Mid-States won the bid on fuel as well. We did have another bid this year on that, but Mid-States was able to win that. Office supplies is one source, and that's all of them that I've got.
was you doing the one source?
Well, no,
Wait a minute.
office supplies, we were gonna reject everything with the exception of
The
the
copy paper.
paper, which is 8.5 by 11,
That's all I've got on my list.
which is American paper and twine.
Okay, had that wrong.
And then on the financial statement, we're gonna reject it.
That's all of them that I've got.
Anything else? All right.
Covered
Thank
all.
You've heard all the bids. We have
Yeah. On the financial statement, I think probably clarify it. I mean, we don't go over the bid amount anyway, so we're just gonna do that per occasion or per incident when we need it, done. Suzanne will call and get quotes from the various, sources that does that, so I just thought that needed to be clarified, but I make a motion. We accept all bids as recommended by administrator and the engineer.
I'll second it.
all in favor?
Yeah.
Number 9 is to amend Chapter 7, which is our personnel policy, position chart with entry-level pay policy, which that just adding the extra.
Yeah, since we were able to do $1 across the board, and we having a real hard time recruiting at starting salaries now with the whole county, we thought it'd be appropriate time to do that also to increase starting pay in our policy, up to that dollar. So that gives us a little bit more of some recruiting, maybe capabilities so where we can get people to come. It's still not enough. The dollar across the board is not enough. We understand that, but it's best we can do to keep it, and pass a balanced budget. But so hopefully we can continue to, for the last 4 years, I know, we've able to gradually increase our employees' salaries. And that's,
SSUT is set for that.
with SSUT, and that's, I mean, I know, there's a big push now from certain mayors to, try to challenge our SSUT, but if it hadn't been for that, most small counties like us, would be really struggling right now trying to get through and be able to pass a balanced budget. So we understand the importance of that, and that's the reason we've been able to do the gradual increases in our policy, the longevity, and now with the COLA. That's the second time in 5 years or 4 years that we've done a COLA increase. 4 years. Twice in 4 years. So that's $2 an hour that we gave our employees over that, plus the longevity over the other 3 years that's been there. Plus we did the ARPA money too. So I'm happy the direction we're going, and I hope we can protect that SSUT, because if not, we'll be seeing ourselves going backwards again, and that's not going to be good. So.
Tell also got an increase on our insurance again, go up $30, and that's no cost to the single person.
Yeah, just for instance, for information purposes, David said, since I've been in office, insurance for the employee that we always have covered has went from $400 and something to $660 this year. Went from $630 to $660 this year. $30 an employee. We have never passed that along to the employees. We've always absorbed that, along with retirement increases, FICA increases, any increases come. We've always absorbed that into the budget without having to pass, which you can't pass the FICA and stuff, but we have never passed any expense that we could pass on to the employee. We've always tried to absorb it. So saying that, the raises that we have given really are actually bigger because we don't require them to pay that difference. We could have capped the insurance years ago and said employees pay anything over this, and we would have had money to give raises, but the employee would have had to take money out of their pocket to pay for their insurance premium. So we think this was the better deal for them. And, you know, I mean, that's when we were sitting in the seat, so we're responsible for that. So they have received quite a significant increase, $200-something over the last 8 years, basically, that I'm sitting in the seat, that we've absorbed insurance costs per employee. So I think this needs to be knowledge to the public or to the employees also. So that being said, I'm make a motion we pass the position chart with entry level pay of policy.
Second.
All in favor? All right. Number 10 is amend Chapter 9 of our personnel policy, the attendance and leave. There's been a lot of thought go through this.
Yes, we had a lot of discussion on this.
It'll be the holiday time to be paid and a new PTO policy. Ms. Suzanne, you want to explain a little bit of that?
The holiday time, we have been trying to budget that being paid pretty much ever since I've taken the administrator position, and then Marty's come in, and we just keep trying to budget it, and we just didn't have enough funds for it. And then finally this year, with SSUT going up, we do have the funds to pay that out. So now that it won't be banked anymore, it'll be paid out.
Yeah.
For example, if there's a holiday, say Christmas, a jailer, a dispatcher, a deputy's having to work, they get 8 hours holiday pay on top of the pay that they're working that day.
That helps me tremendously.
Right.
We're still scrambling now in this month. And we've knocked out a bunch of these hours and stuff going into it. It's incumbent upon employees to match it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But by the same token, there's got to be people that let them do that.
Right.
We've made a lot of progress.
Yeah, I think this would be a good tool in the thing to help, because, I mean, it don't really affect our office staff too much, but it does affect those that have to be the critical services, those, you know, what they call first responders. They have to be there regardless of a holiday or whatever. So, and we sure do appreciate it. You know, I know we've been thrown on the bus a little bit about not appreciating our deputies and our emergency staff, but we do very much appreciate them. And this is one of the ways that maybe they'll help you with your scheduling on that, Marty. So and the other part of that is, you want to speak to it?
It's the PTO. So on the PTO, which is paid time off, right now we have annual leave and we have sick leave. So in compliance with GASB 101, which is a governmental accounting system, we now have to budget, if we are going to go by GASB 101, we now have to budget and adopt that leave time within our budget. We had to account for it. And what they've ended up doing is taking 4 days from the holiday leave, so it'll be 4 less days that the courthouse is closed. So that has changed the policy. So we'll have a new holiday policy. And anything remaining on the books for 2025 in annual leave or sick leave will now roll over October the 1st and will be in one bank together, which will be paid time off.
PTO, in other words, acronym. And, I mean, the biggest discussion was how much, and in order to budget, we have to cap it. If you leave or are terminated, whichever one, resign or retire, whatever, we've capped it at a certain amount, but that number is unlimited that you can be able to keep as long as you can coordinate with your department head or elected official that you work for. You can take that time off. So it's, I mean, you can build from year to year. It can roll over. So that takes that out of the equation. That's been there for a while. You got to use it or lose it. Most of that can be rolled over. Now, if you decide to leave or terminated, you can only cash out 120 hours. Is that not right? And that's the only reason we did that was because we have to account on the budget for that by this GASB law. And some would say, well, you don't have to go by GASB. Well, if you don't go by GASB, the new GASB ruling that they have that we use for our accounting, then that cuts us out with the potential of grants, federal funding, anything tied to the federal. They pretty much, I don't say they require it, but they won't hardly give you the time of the day if you don't use those accounting practices, because that's what's been accepted. But there was some confusion, said we have to go by that. There's no law that says we have to, but we'd have to create our own accounting practices and then be approved by whoever's going to bond or, award us federal grants or anything else. So that's why we have chosen, since I've been here, we use the GASB accounting practices. So I just thought I'd clarify some of that too.
Yeah, I would like just to say another thank you to Miss Suzanne for crunching all those numbers and getting.
Yeah.
She spent a lot of time with this. And
man,
she deserved to.
We've
thank you for that.
We've done a lot back and forth on this part of the budget because we had to be able to do it, and we wanted to make it beneficial for our employees. We hope this is going to make 99.9% of them happy. We know there's always that 0.1% that's not going to like nothing we do, but we appreciate it.
Well, do we have a motion to approve that change?
I'll make a motion.
You have a second?
I'll say.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next, number 11 is the approval of the sheriff manpower, and this will be for the 25 and 26 fiscal year. Do you want to speak to that?
It's the exact same information as last year, other than we changed things for entry salary.
Right.
Like with the pay rate.
All this is doing is giving the sheriff between meetings the ability to hire without having to wait on a meeting time to do it. He's pre-approved for a certain amount of employees at a certain rate of pay to start with. And so if he needs to hire between, 2 meetings, but he still has to bring all the information at the next available meeting that he can come to and put them into the county system. But he's able to do that. That's the reason that's passed to make him be able not to have to wait 2 weeks for an employee.
All right. We have a motion to approve that.
I make a motion.
Second.
Aye.
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Okay.
Monday, ain't it?
Number 12 is the approval of a new sheriff and jail supplement, and that'll be for the 25 and 26 fiscal year.
Like I say, it's time to put my money where my mouth is.
Yeah.
My mouth is at. And this is, again, detention and improvement.
Yeah.
This is a letter from the sheriff. In my capacity as sheriff of Lamar County, I'm obligating my office to contribute sufficient funds to provide a $1 per hour pay increase for the Lamar County deputy's salary and 79 cents per jailer. And and my office administrator salary. This will be renewed on an annual basis. Please feel free to contact me. Do we have a motion to approve that supplement?
I make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Yeah.
Right. We don't have any old business, so we'll go into district. Mr. Johnny?
We bush hogging, trying to get on with our bush hogging so we can get back to working on our gravel road.
Mr. Mitchell?
Exactly what we're doing. We're bush hogging for about the 17th, 18th day in a row, and we should finish up in about 3 or 4 more days if everything goes right. We'll have our whole district bush hogged, and between that and breakdowns, that's all we've been doing. We've been replacing hoses and windows and you name it. It's been a rough go.
Dave?
We've been grading, hauling gravel. We started our bush hogging today.
Jeff?
We've graded a little. I've got a part-time grader, so he's been coming in doing some turnouts and ditches. Really too dry to be doing too much grading with the powder on the roads. But we've been bush hogging for the last month and a half between breakdowns and trying to coordinate different things. We getting there. We like about probably 2 more weeks finishing up our district also.
We appreciate you.
That being said, y'all be, I mean, my Lord, I tell you, it's just, the public has gotten less safe about, if y'all see some signs up that somebody's bush hogging, please acknowledge those signs. I mean, them people out there, I personally bush hogged some last week, and just people won't even move over. They'll stay right there on the white line when you're right there at them, and then they want to fuss at you, because you're putting something on the road, so. Acknowledge our employees that's out there. I mean, they're trying to do a service for the county, for the citizens. So at least acknowledge them. Try to be safe when you go through those work areas, and that goes for our road crew. I mean, the paved road crew. I know they have experience. The dirt roads are not as critical. I mean, they are, but we usually know when traffic is not on those roads. But our paved roads, please, y'all just help us out what you can. And I know there's probably those not even listening, the ones going to do it, but. It scares me to what I got to send them out every day in some of these dangerous roads, especially trucks and log trucks especially. I tell you, it's just a scary thing.
It is dangerous.
We appreciate y'all. Does anybody have any announcements that they would like to make? We have one here. The courthouse will be closed on Monday, October the 13th, 2025 for a state holiday, which is Columbus Day. And the commission meeting scheduled for that day will take place on Tuesday, October the 14th, 2025. And a couple more little things we got here. 2025 district meetings, which I hope all of y'all can attend. It was, I think they're going to discuss heavily this new potential SSUT lawsuit. Jeff might know a little bit more about that. They had requested that we try to contact as many mayors or city leaders as we can to bring them with us, and we can all in our respective areas try to reach out and ask those people to come with us if we can, and we'll get us a group.
You get a group and get registered with the number that's going.
There's six scheduled dates, but I think we probably going to look at October the 22nd, which will be up in Huntsville.
Madison is the closest one. The closest other one is Marengo County. So we can decide that, I guess, at a future thing. It ain't nothing but
and I just had here we talked about the legislative conference.
Yeah,
just put that in there to get a discount in the work session.
Yeah. I've got the pre-session coming up in this coming month in October that I'll go as a legislative committee member. I'll go and we'll discuss and finalize the legislative agenda for this coming year, and then all employees, or not employees, but all the elected officials and those that have anything to do with the legislative process can go in December for the main legislative conference. And that's always filled with a lot of information for those elected officials that have anything to do with the agenda, legislative agenda, like the sheriff and anybody else. But the SSUT has been challenged, like I said, by one of the Big Ten mayors actually has filed a lawsuit, and we don't know how that'll turn out in court. So we're trying to just gear up. You know, as Sonny Brassfield always says, it don't matter till it matters. And if that does come through, everything that we passed just about today, the raises and those type of things, were hinged upon our SSUT being there. So if it ain't there anymore, and they were to do like they did in Louisiana and put an injunction, I think what they did on that, not an injunction, but they put that money, how they escrow it. They escrowed that money and cut it off until the lawsuit was settled. So we're trying to gear up to be ready not to have that happen. We're open. We can't, I mean, the courts will do what the courts will do, but we're trying our best to see what we can do. You got a question?
Yes, why is someone opposing it?
They don't feel like they're getting the proper amount of the pie. There's the 10 big mayors are the ones that feel like they're not getting.
So they want the money, they just don't feel like they're getting what they feel is theirs.
And they're getting more, the municipalities getting more.
Yeah, municipalities, the way the SSUT works right now, 100% comes is 8 cents when you do any internet sales on the platform in Alabama. The law passed, it's 8 cents across the board. The DOR collects that. You know, if we do local taxes and have to collect it, they have to pay a service. Well, I think Avenue is who most people use to collect those money. So they have to pay a percentage of what they're getting. So I don't understand why the mayors those Big Ten mayors would want to have to pay a service, because what they're asking really is whatever that local tax is, like that's 8 cents. Well, it may be 9 in Tuscaloosa or 10 in the city limits of, Northport. So they wanting to get all that's coming by whatever they've got passed. And they're saying that they're not getting that, but all of the smaller towns, they're going to oppose it too, because that'll create them another item in their budget to have to go to collect those taxes. They won't have to do that anymore. So I don't understand really what they're.
So instead of the flat 8%, somebody just get it. Normally we get 10. They want the whole 10.
Right. It's the cities.
They have to pay for the service
right.
to be able to collect the additional.
Right, and it don't make any sense to us, but the revenue, Sonny really explained to the revenue that they're going to be, that they're really fighting over, it don't seem logical. So there's got to be something else behind it that we just don't understand why they'd even file that lawsuit. But all the counties, I saw a this morning on the news where Fox 6 was covering the Tuscaloosa County's opposing their mayor in Tuscaloosa. Filing this lawsuit. They're opposing them trying to change or to affect that law. And here's the thing legally, if Alabama has one of the most complicated tax systems, the way they do their taxes, because kind of municipalities have home rule where they can pass their own tax, counties don't. But if they pass those things, if it becomes complicated by federal law, then it could be done away with. They could basically cancel SSUT altogether if it becomes complicated. That's why the name of SSUT is Simplified Sellers. It simplifies the process. It's a one-stop shop, and all of these online people have an agreement that as long as it's a simple thing for them on the accounting side to sell in Alabama, they will. But if they overcomplicate it, these people could back out and sue Alabama for having a complicated system, and Colorado has a similar system, and they have not received probably a quarter of the revenue that Alabama, considering how much bigger they are than Alabama. So that's why it's critical for us to do it. I didn't mean to go into a long thing, but it's if we don't protect it, it's going to be detrimental to most small counties' budgets. The other commissions that I've talked to, it's been critical to be able to do the things and to function the way we're functioning now. So, it went from about $80,000 the first year that it was implemented in the Alabama or Lamar County's portion, and it's up to $533,000 a year now annually. That's the only thing that saved us, and with the potential of continuing to grow. So we could get better just with that revenue that's coming in. But and
that's only the county's portion.
That's only our county's portion. All the municipalities, and the way it breaks down is 100% comes to the state. The state gets 25% to the general fund, 25% to the education trust fund, and then the other 50% is split 60-40, 60 going to the municipalities proportionally, and 40% coming to your county. So we're only splitting 40%. So your municipalities are actually getting a bigger portion considering population than we get actually through the SSUT. But it's a fair system. We wished it was a little better for us, but it is what it is. So.
Appreciate it, Jim.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm giving my 2 cents plus another half today.
Okay.
Watch it.
Now I need to call for a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Oh, y'all do the rest of this meeting.
We are adjourned.